Three U.S. Air Force B-1B Lancer bombers arrived in Norway on August 9, 2025, to begin Ally-led training operations as part of the latest Bomber Task Force Europe 25-4B. The aircraft, assigned to the 345th Expeditionary Bomb Squadron from Dyess Air Force Base, Texas, arrived at Ørland Air Base after being escorted by Spanish Air and Space Force EF-18M Hornets, operating from Keflavik Air Base, Iceland. This is not the first time the bones, from B-1, as the B-1s are dubbed by their aircrews, have been deployed to Ørland, as they already were in 2021, when they marked the first time US bombers operated out of Norway. According to the Air Force, during the deployment the bombers will practice high-threat air operations and refine skills in the find, fix, track and target process, together with Allied assets. Aircrews will train on key elements of the find, fix, track and target process, honing the speed and accuracy with which bombers and fighters are able to act against threats in real time, explains the service. As aircrews practice these skills, they simultaneously train against ground and air-based threats designed to deny their freedom to maneuver, requiring them to act decisively to counter threats and gain air superiority. While no specific details have been released, this training might build on previous exercises, like the one that saw the participation of B-52H Stratofortress bombers in December 2024. On that occasion, multiple assets, also including F-35 Lightning IIs, a P-8 Poseidon, an RC-135 rivet joint, and a U-2 Dragon Lady, were involved in a multi-domain find, fix, track, and target mission in the High North, a region with significant strategic importance. This deployment allows us to train the way we fight, integrated with our NATO allies, ready and adaptive, said Lieutenant Colonel Eric Alvarez, 345th Bomb Squadron deployed commander. It's about building experience and trust together, enhancing readiness, and staying sharp in dynamic environments. The press releases highlighted that the bombers will fly missions alongside Norwegian F-35 fighters. Notably, Ørland Air Station is the main operating base of the Royal Norwegian Air Force F-35 fleet. It's about building experience and trust together, enhancing readiness and staying sharp in dynamic environments. Norwegian Lieutenant Colonel Tom Christiansen, acting chief of the 132 Air Wing at Ørland, added, "This type of training makes us better equipped to handle any challenges." The US Air Force highlighted that this is the 5th Bomber Task Force Europe deployment in 2025, and reflects the service's continued commitment to maintaining a ready and capable forward presence across the region. This follows recent comments by Air Force Global Strike Command that demand for bomber capabilities is growing around the globe, with US bomber units stepping up the pace of operations. In the last 18 months, I have seen more activity and more demand signals for bombers than I have seen probably in the last, at least, 5 to 10 years. AFGSC boss, General Thomas Bussière, said to Air and Space Forces magazine. Bussière detailed that the service deployed bomber task forces 48 times in that time frame, and 33 times in 2024 alone, including 10 each in the Indo-Pacific and Europe. 6 in US Central Command's area of responsibility, and several others in North and South America. According to the general, combatant commanders request the bombers' presence during exercises, because this sends a very distinct and unique message to allies, partners and adversaries. Bussière defined the current demand for bombers as unyielding, explaining that a similar level of bomber activity was not seen since the throes of Iraqi freedom and Afghanistan in the early 2000s. This tempo of deployment obviously has an influence on the fleet, which is already strained due to the aging of the platforms, and in the case of the B-1B, the retirement of the oldest bombers. To solve the problem, Bussière did not exclude the possibility of pulling more bombers out of the boneyard at Dyess Air Force Base, Arizona.